So this will be just a really short video on how to determine if you are dealing with a hazardous substance or not. So basic definition of a hazardous substance is an item that is listed on the hazardous substance table and in one package meets or exceeds the RQ value. Now that RQ value listed right here under the reportable quantity column will come in pounds first and then kilograms. So same number, just one's pounds, one's kilograms. So to be a hazardous substance, you have to have, for this alpha 2213, you got to have 5,000 pounds in one container for this to be a hazardous substance. Now, we're not talking about if it's a hazardous material or not, just is it a hazardous substance? So if we take a look at that, and we say, okay, let's take a look at our synaptolene. I should have taken more time to practice these words, right? So if we look at this item, we're right here. So this is our guy. One thing you want to make sure that you do is use a straight edge, because this table is super easy to get sideways on. So right here, our RQ value is 5,000 pounds, which is 2,270 kilograms. Now we've got 1,000 boxes at 3 kilograms per box. The fact that we've got 1,000 boxes does not matter. It's only how much is in each package. So in this case, is this a hazardous substance? No, it is not, because I don't have one box that exceeds that 2,270 kilograms. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, well, so is this some kind of loophole? How can I have 3,000 kilograms worth of an item that's over the 2,270? What happens if they all leak? Well, what's going to happen if they all leak is all of your kids are going to be born naked with no teeth. That's what's going to happen if they all leak. But outside of that, the reason why this is okay is because the smaller the package, the safer the shipment. So think of it this way. If you had a 55-gallon drum of gasoline and it was on a flatbed truck, gets into an accident, odds are really high you're going to lose all 55 gallons. But if you take those 55 gallons, you put them into 1-gallon jugs and you stack them on a pallet and you have the same accident, odds are a good portion of those jugs are going to come out unscathed. And so the smaller the packaging, the safer the shipment is. And so that's why this is kind of done this way. Regardless, we are only looking at each individual package, right? We are only worried about this 3 kilograms. So you might ask, well, why did you throw that 1,000 boxes in there? Well, that's just to mess you up. So let's move on to the next one, acetic acid. Go down to acetic acid again on your books and whatever else. Strongly recommend you do a straight edge. That line's not super straight. We'll do the best we can. This also has an RQ value of 2,270 kilograms. Only got 100 in each container, so it is definitely not a hazardous substance. Acetamide, when we look at this, we're right here. Skim that across, and 45.5 kilograms, which is 100 pounds. So we've got 100 kilograms. So yeah, that, even with my Louisiana public education, I can tell you that 45 kilograms is less than 100, right? 100 kilograms is more than that cutoff threshold. The acetaphene, let's see, where are you at? Right up here. So that one also has an RQ value of 45 kilograms. So yeah, at 150 kilograms, that is a hazardous substance. And that's it. Now, if an item is not listed on this table at all, it can't be a hazardous substance, right? So that makes it easy. But this is what you get. So to be a hazardous substance, got to be on the table, got to meet or exceed the RQ value. And that's all. Hope you enjoyed the video.